Okay, so welcome to the live streaming sessions, and let us get started. So let us see what are the markets offering us right now. Okay, so seems there's not much now. Moving on the market, let us try to see what are the best opportunities arriving on the market for now. Okay, so one of the best things right now, if we are watching closely on the market, is we are seeing that the gold market has been rising significantly since yesterday, and I know it's been a big jump on the market, and it's a bit surprising, but at the same time I think it's a little bit valid for this time for prices to be ranging again on the longer time frame. If you guys are watching through the daily charts, you guys should have been able to look out what has been happening on those market guys, because other than the ones that we have been watching so far, prices has been ranging, and we are also seeing the possibility that prices has been ranging a lot of times. So I think it's pretty normal for us to see these kind of movements, and I think it's nothing weird. Okay, so with this kind of market movement, one of the biggest expectations that we have on the market right now is we are likely to see that the market will be continuing to go higher for now. And if we are looking through the previous charts, we are actually looking at a very similar market movement where this is a ranging market movement that has been occurring on the market on last Tuesday, exactly around here. So 3,350 towards 3,317 towards 3,350 area. And if we are dragging the lines here, it's been very obvious that if prices starts to break up higher, we could see a very good scenario happening on this market, especially if prices continues to break 3,350, 3,370 and 3,380 market. It's likely for us to see market continuations to go even higher from here. But I believe it's going to take time before we are able to see any particular results coming up from the market with this kind of slower market reactions. But certainly, like I've said, we have already been seeing that it has mainly been happening due to the weaknesses occurring on the US dollar index. So I think that is one of the very first clear signs that has actually helped to push up gold prices for today. But other than that, we are also seeing that the trade deals hasn't been coming, and I think that should be able to give a little bit of a pressure on the US dollar index and help to increase the appetite for safe havens with the uncertainties occurring around the trade deals, because so far only 2 nations have signed deals with US and we haven't been able to receive any further updates coming from the other nations. So I think that should be the main topic for this week, I believe, until the 9th of July. And if there's anything could be happening, I'm expecting that it will be happening after 9th of July, because before that I believe there will be a little bit of a turbulent, I would say, and that could really help to push up the appeal for the gold for, I believe, what could be the last move momentum on the gold. Whether that this could be the momentum that gold will be needing for it to sustain its movement above 3,300 and has the potential to break higher than 3,400, because so far if we are looking at daily charts, prices hasn't been able to break out higher than 3,400, and I think staying above 3,400 is also important and critical, because so far gold hasn't been able to do so over the last 6 days, over the past 2 months that we have been seeing, and that really shows that the resistance area around there is really strong, and definitely a lot of momentum is needed for gold to be able to break out higher. Okay, so that's the view on the market movement, but let us review what has been happening since yesterday. So since yesterday, we have been able to see, yes, prices has been actually building up a very good consolidations, which actually happened after our live streaming sessions ended here. So let me just give you guys a picture so that you guys could have a little bit of an idea what is actually happening on the market. So initially, yes, prices seems like bottoming around here from the Friday market movement, jump 3,300 and then slows back towards 3,280, but suddenly prices just goes up higher eventually and give us another build up, a very good chart pattern on this 30-minute time frame charts. So we are actually seeing that there's a cup and handle formations building up on this chart, and that really pushes up the market movement until the end of the market. And moving on towards today's market sessions, prices continues to go higher and higher and higher without any slowdown. But certainly I think that is a really good case on the market, and eventually giving us a possibility that prices are hitting the price target of this cup and handle formations at around 3,342, which has already been hit right around a few hours ago, and prices just continues to go higher, alongside with what I believe should be the trend line for today, which has been very much clear. I would say prices has been going up higher and higher without any slowdown, and this is the market that we are watching so far. So it seems that as long as this uptrend channel still exists, a possibility that prices could continue to go higher is still very much existent, and we are likely to see that happening if prices continues to go higher and build up another new uptrend channel, which could be accelerating much faster than this. So the expectations around this prices should be slowing down a little bit at 3,350, and then we'll be testing the support at 3,342, and we'll try to see out how this plays out, because honestly the momentum is still very clear. Prices has been going higher and higher, and seems like signs of slowing down is not really appearing on the market. So I'll try to see out how this plays, but for now I think the momentum is likely to shift towards for prices to go higher, as the momentum is still there. Trend line is ranging and even accelerating much faster. Right now it's already on the upper side of this uptrend channel, not bouncing between the upper and the lower channel. So as you guys could see earlier on the Monday market movement, it has still been bouncing between the lower channel, upper channel. So you guys could see that there's a dotted line on this uptrend channel. You guys could see this is the upper part, this is the lower part, and prices has been moving on a much healthier movement on the Monday sessions until entering the London sessions for today. Prices just continues to go higher, and still stays above the upper channel or the uptrend channel. So one of the things I will be expecting soon is we are likely to see that prices will be slowing down once it hits 3,350 mark, or whether it will be able to build up another uptrend channel that is accelerating much faster, which usually needs a lot more momentum than will be expected initially on the market. So for that to happen, it needs a lot of things to happen, and I'm not really seeing the chances for that to happen for now with how things has been going. So I'll be expecting, yes, prices could be hitting 3,350 in a very short period of time. Yes, that's true, but to expect that the market movement will be even faster according to the current situations, I am not really seeing that happening for now, guys, because 3,350 is still certainly our ultimate price target, but I'm afraid that once prices hits 3,350, prices will be slowing down a little bit, guys. Okay, so that's the view for tonight, and the possibility for that to happen is still existing, guys. Alright, so keep your eyes open, stay awake, and maybe there will be good chances for that to happen, but the likelihood will be much smaller, guys. And definitely based on the most recent news, I'm not really getting much other than the European area news, where we are seeing that the inflation has actually been much elevated compared to the previous forecasts and the previous numbers. So I think that is literally a big surprise coming up from it. But from the European zone manufacturing side, it has actually improving. So at one side, inflation has been elevated a bit. At the other hand, we are seeing that the manufacturing sector has already been doing much better compared to the previous month. And that is certainly a positive news, even though it's a little bit mixed. But don't forget, guys, that tonight we'll be having the JOLTS news, and afterwards we'll be having Fed chair and also other central banks speaker will be speaking at the same time before the news on the JOLTS and the ISM manufacturing data that will be coming out tonight, guys. Alright, so pay attention on those, and I think that's the updates I could give you guys for now with how things are going. But certainly, like I said, I'm still pretty much optimistic to see that the market continuation should be good, especially the momentum is boosted by the chances with the weaknesses appearing on the US dollar index, guys. Alright, so that's the view on the market. Personally, I still see good chances for prices to drop, and if you guys are enjoying the market analysis so far for the analysis that we have done, you guys are welcome to give us a support by giving us your thumbs up and likes, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. Anyone interested to have interactive discussions or any requests on the market, you guys are always welcome to chat me on the comments or the chats, guys. Alright, so in a moment I will be trying to look out for you guys on what I'm actually looking on the daily charts to give you guys a little bit of a view what are my views on the long-term market movement on this gold chart, because certainly one of the most neutral case I've been seeing is we are likely to see that market will be ranging. On the most bearish case, I'm seeing that prices could be broken down below 3,200, but so far not a lot of great success. Prices every time tries to break down, prices just keeps on ranging between 3,200 and 3,400. So I think for now, I think we'll be trying to see out how this plays, if prices could be able to break out 3,400 in this week, or whether it will be ranging between these ranges, guys. So I'll be very much interesting to see how the market movement will be reacting soon. Alright, so in a moment I'll be showing you guys what's happening on the daily charts and what you guys could draw on your conclusions for the gold market movement, because the gold market movement is certainly a little bit tricky and tacky for me to see that there's not been a very much clearer market reactions that we have been expecting, and based on those kind of movement, patience are definitely much required to actually see that the momentum could be ongoing on the gold market on the long run. But for short term, there will always be chances that prices will be bouncing on the lower side and then bouncing to the higher side, support resistance. It's very much obvious that could happen, but in terms of what is expected in the long term, I think it's a little bit of a different story for now, guys. Okay, so prices on the gold market continues to go higher. Like I've said, prices will be touching 3,350 first. So make sure you guys have prepared yourself for that kind of possibility. We'll try to see that out place first. And if everything goes well, we'll be trying to see out how the market movement will be moving afterwards, guys. Okay, so let us try to see whether prices could be hitting 3,350 before we discuss the market movement in the long term on the gold market. And so far, prices is still slowing down a bit, so let me switch on towards the gold chart first on the long term side. Okay, so these are the view on the market movement that we have been looking at. So right now we are in a very critical point of time. Why I'll say that, because so far the gold market chart is still moving in a very uncertain way, so I'll be just deleting that topping reversal chart pattern. And right now, based on the view that we have on the market, is we are not really seeing much in terms of how credible the market movement will be going up higher, because as far as we can see that prices is still ranging between 3,200 3,400 and not really giving us any clear signs whether prices could be going higher or whether prices could be going lower on this gold chart. And I think one of the biggest issue that we are seeing, because there's a little bit of momentum has been overextended on this gold chart. As you guys could see, prices has been going up really fast and high during the past 2 years, I believe. So 2024 prices has already been going up pretty fast, as you guys could see. So since the start until the end of 2024, prices goes up 50%, and then starting from the 2025, prices has also been going up like around 50%. So I think that itself alone has been giving a lot of extended market movement on the gold chart, and that's why we also started to see that why the gold market movement also starts to slow down, especially when most of the issue is almost there. People have been expecting a few things that could be happening for the market, and once most of the issues is going to be resolved, like the ones that we have been talking about, the trade deals, if trade deals is solved, I believe that we should be able to see that gold will most likely will be ranging again. On the bearish case scenario, prices break down below 3,200, which hasn't happened so far. So right around this market movement that we are watching, we know that trade deals deadline is at around 9th of July, and that could really be giving a lot of sentiments. And also internally, we are also seeing that the US president is trying to push his tax bill, so we'll try to see also how that plays out. But eventually, if everything goes according to plan, it's likely for us not to see that safe haven demand will continue as strong as now. And usually safe haven demand will usually appear on the market when there's a lot of uncertainties happening on the market, guys. Alright, so we'll try to see out how that plays out, and eventually if everything goes as according to plan for the bullishness with the US dollar index weakening, usually we'll be able to see something happening, and I will only be discussing it on the VIP live sessions. So if you guys are interested, you guys are welcome to join my VIP live sessions by clicking the link on the video descriptions or my profile for more information and ask for the VIP live access, guys. Alright, but ultimately, like I said, good chances we can see that gold market movement will be likely to be ranging. On the most bullish case, I'm expecting the prices will try to break out but fail and back on the ranging area. Neutral case, prices could be just ranging, which at least could still give us a little bit of a momentum up and down. Alright, so I think that itself shouldn't be a bad thing. And again, 3350 resistance area for now, it's still appearing. Prices are almost touching, but hasn't been able to do well around those prices. But again, long-term market movement likelihood to be happening will be ranging 32,000 towards 3,400, guys. Okay. And for the bearishness, I don't think it will be happening now. For the bullishness, it's a little bit out of reach for now too. So I think we'll be expecting try to see that gold market movement in the long run will be moving on this ranging movement, guys, because it has been happening since April, and right now it's already been July, so it's already been 2 months plus. So I'll be expecting to see this ranging movement for quite some time, guys. Okay. And let us switch back towards our charts that we are using. Okay, so far prices hasn't been able to go much further than 3,349.8 around those price, but ultimately I think good chances for that to happen. We shall see how that goes. And again, the momentum is still there, but it's likely to be slower when it's testing the resistance, like I've already been telling you guys about. We'll try to see how prices will try to break out 3350, maybe touching it once, and then prices should be slowing down. But so far, prices are very close towards it, but hasn't been able to touch 3350. But I'm expecting to see prices hitting 3350, and we'll see out how that plays out afterwards. Okay. So if you guys are enjoying, so the conclusions that you guys could take, short-term movement likely to be bullish for today, but long-term market movement is a little bit of on uncertain case on whether the trend will be going higher, whether the trend will be going lower. So expect that there will not be a clear trend, but at least there will be some movement that you guys could still expect on the daily movement on the gold chart on the long run. Short term, prices will try to go higher for tonight, especially you guys know that tonight we'll be having the GOLTS job openings numbers alongside with the ISM manufacturing PMI data. So I think this data should be a bit of a bigger news on the market, because this data should be able to give us a little bit of a certainty on what could be appearing on the market. So ISM manufacturing data is showing improvement as expected coming out from the European side as well. It's also improving, so I'll be expecting the same thing as well. But in terms of the job openings, people are forecasting that job openings will be lower, showing that the job market is still doing well. So I think with that should be able to, based on the forecast that we are getting out of the market, it seems that people are actually quite optimistic to see that the economy is still doing well in terms of the labor market, in terms of the manufacturing side. So if that was the case, I'm afraid that we could be hitting a resistance right around the news, which could happen in another 3 hours plus. So 3 hours and 30 minutes, 3 hours and 45 minutes around there. So if the numbers are actually showing as similar as the ones that we are seeing appearing on the forecasted numbers, since that it shows that the economy is still doing well in terms of the manufacturing numbers as well as the unemployment side, it should be giving pressure on the gold market right before the news, around 1 hour before it. So it's still there's still some times for prices on gold to test 3350 and then prices slows down, guys, and I'm expecting to see that happening right around at our live streaming sessions. So we'll try to watch it out and see how that plays. Alright, so far prices has been continuing going higher. 3350 could be hit soon, guys. So if you guys have been watching and if you guys are following my analysis, 3350 could be right at the corner. And since we have been speaking, prices has already been jumping by 20 pips at the very least, guys. Okay, so make sure that you guys utilize that momentum and take some profit if you guys are scalpers. But if you guys are a long-term trader, there should be some chances for prices to go higher. market prices has already been touching 3,350 according to our analysis has happened, and we are likely to see that gold prices will be slowing down for now, guys. Okay, but if prices continues to go higher, which could happen, but the chances for that to happen is literally lower, you guys need to pay attention to see how the possibility that prices could be touching 3,380 for tonight. So if that happens, be aware. But for me, I think 3,350 should be a good profit taking area right now, guys. Okay, so prices has even hit its highest at 3,352 and allowing you guys to make some good 40 to 50 pips since we start our live streaming sessions, guys. Alright, so if you guys have been making good profits, don't forget to share your support by giving us your likes and thumbs up, and share this video and have interactive discussions and request any market that you guys want to analyze together. So my expectations for now, I'll be expecting to see that prices will be slowing down after hitting the highs. So hitting the highs, slows down, and ranges between this kind of price for now from my expectations. So we'll try to see out how this plays. So personally, I think market will be slowing down right around this price, guys. Okay. And let us move on towards the silver market movement, as we haven't been able to discuss on the other trading pairs that we haven't been able to look. Okay, so let us switch towards there. And let us discuss what's happening. Okay, so what we are seeing on silver is literally nothing much of a change. And why I'm saying it's not much of a change, because if you guys are watching carefully right now, that the silver market movement has been relatively slow and ranging between the $35.70 to the $36.20, and even at one point of time during yesterday's market, prices is ranging between $35.90 towards $36.20 for literally hours and almost close to 12 hours before, after entering highest at $36.50, prices drops first at $36.10 before slowly climbing back higher. And this is part of the volatility that is very common happening on the silver market, but eventually prices goes back higher, and right now trading at the prices at $36.50 and trying to break out at $36.60, which hasn't been able to do so, and still remains one of the clear important resistance area for the silver market that has been occurring since last Wednesday, because so far price movement on the market on silver has been consolidating between this wider range of $35.70 to the $36.60 ranging area since last Wednesday. So I think that's so it's since the last 2 weeks of Wednesday, so it's been a long time market has been ranging on the silver market, and it's going to need a lot of big support and sentiment for us to actually see that the momentum that able to lead silver prices to break higher than $36.60 on the market, guys. So I'll be expecting to see how that goes, but if that doesn't happen, I'll be expecting that the silver market will be ranging around this range. And again, daily charts on the silver market hasn't been really changing much, guys, because ultimately prices has been playing around the uptrend channel and even has maintained its momentum after breaking down lower at the Liberation Day. Prices has been able to go higher and maintain its uptrend channel till today, and I'm still very optimistic that the long-term market movement on the silver could be still hitting $40 on the long run, as we are seeing bullish signs happening on the silver market on the long run. Meanwhile, the gold market is a little bit uncertain, it's a little bit on sideways range, not showing us any clear signs until now. So I think that's the biggest difference between gold and silver, where we are seeing that silver market is maintaining its uptrend movement, while we are seeing that the gold market movement has been slightly weaker for now. And that really shows you guys the biggest difference between both gold and silver on the long-term market movement for now. But ultimately, I think most of you guys usually will be focusing much more on the short-term charts, on the 30-minute time frame charts, and how the market movement will be giving you guys the momentum for tonight. And I think market movement will try to break out, guys, because so far the momentum over the past week is still likely stuck around here, and we'll be getting a confirmation once prices breaks out higher than $36.60, which hasn't happened. But I believe if the momentum keeps on ongoing, we could see that the bullishness could continue and prices will be breaking $36.60 and will be testing the resistance area at $36.90 towards the $37 resistance area, guys. Alright, so we'll love to see how that goes on, and again, $36.60 will be an important barrier to break before prices to go higher. So far, the gold market movement is still trending higher, surprisingly. So I think in one side, that itself is a very good scenario that prices could still maintain its upward movement. And like I said, there are chances that prices could continue to stay higher and maintain its bullishness and tries to break 3370 and 3380 area for tonight, if the momentum on the uptrend still persists on the market, guys. So like I said, if you guys are scalper and you guys don't have the patience to see how this plays out, make sure you guys take profit. But if you guys have the patience, go ahead. I'm sensing that there are good chances that the momentum is still continuing, and we could be certain that prices will be slowing down once prices breaks down below the uptrend channel or the moving average indicator that we are seeing right here. Okay, so like I said, the main support, the main sentiment that really pushes up the gold prices for tonight is coming up from the weaknesses on the US dollar index, and I'll be giving you guys a little bit of idea on how the market movement is moving there. But I think the reason behind the drop on the US dollar index is much more important, and that really gives the sentiment for gold prices to go higher. Alright. Okay, prices seems likely to try to stay above 3350 for now, and again, if that momentum is continuing, I expect that prices will be trying to test 3360 and 3370 for the closest resistance area. Okay, so since there's not a lot of movement, let us switch to see what's been happening on the US dollar index. So I think the biggest thing happening on the US dollar index that we are actually seeing that we are getting the very clear definitions of the downtrend channel that has been happening on the market. So if you guys are watching since June, I believe I've already been drawing to you guys about this movement, and I haven't been changing it at all. And just to show you guys that this is very the perfect definitions of the downtrend, where prices has already been building up a lower high, lower low, and right now we are on the process of building that low, but it has been confirmed that it has been building up a downtrend. And with this kind of momentum ongoing, we are actually seeing it very clear that with the comments coming out from US President, and we are seeing that the US dollar index has been under pressure and has been breaking down the lows at $96.50 and has been continuing to go down lower since then. So after last night on the market movement, entering the Tuesday sessions, prices just continues to go down lower and lower without any signs of a rebound. However, right now at around our live streaming sessions, prices has hit its low at $95.98, and prices seems to be having a slight rebound before prices continues to go down lower, with the expectations that the US dollar index could maybe rebound towards the $96.26 area before prices could go on continuing to going down lower. Because if prices goes down really fast without any clear sentiments, when there's a rebound, it will be likely a bit bigger, but again still sustainable for prices to go down lower in the future. So I think everything has been very much in line, especially if we switch our view on the long run on the daily chart. You guys can actually see it very clear that the price movement has been actually showing us a very clear sign that prices has been hitting 3-year low guys on the market on the US dollar index. And that should be very much apparent if you guys have been watching your own currency against the US dollar index. Prices has been dropping a lot and has been even hitting the 3-year low officially guys. So since the 2022 low, right now the US dollar index is at its weakest since 2022, and that really shows you guys that a lot of pressure is still being there, coming out from the uncertainty from the trade wars, and also the possibility that the tax bill isn't going well for now on the US side. So we'll love to see how that update goes, but so far the market giving us a very much clear clue that the US dollar index is weakening, and it's likely coming out from the uncertainties appearing from the market movement on the long run on this daily chart. Okay, so I think itself, it has actually been quite a big drop, and certainly that could actually help to give us a little bit of advantages that we can see happening on the market. So let us switch back towards the currency strength charts and show you guys what momentum that you guys could utilize and make some good trades out of those movements guys. Alright, so let us try to see what's been happening there. So one of the clearest things that we are watching, yep, prices hits its high, 3350 area, be careful. Prices should be slowing down after hitting the highs like I've told you guys. So be careful guys, okay? So take profits right around the highs and see how this goes on, because personally I'm expecting that prices should be slowing down before got the chances to go higher later on. Alright, so let us switch towards the currency strength charts and show you guys what has been happening right at here. So one of the clear signs that we are watching and coming up from the market is how the market movement has been showing us one clear thing, that with the US dollar index weakening, today the safe haven currency has been leading the pack, while we are seeing the Japanese yen has been going stronger alongside with the Swiss franc. Meanwhile, the third strongest currency alongside the New Zealand dollar, pound sterling, as well as the euro, prices has been a little bit mixed, so nothing much. But the weakest pair is coming out from three of a kind, where we are seeing that Australian dollar, Canadian dollar is weakening together alongside with the US dollar index. So I think from this market movement, it has been a very clear trend that today there are a couple of currency going stronger together, a little bit mix is going together, three currency pairs, and also three currency pairs is also going down weaker. And with this kind of momentum, we could actually see it very clear that there's a clear chances that you guys could do trades on this currency. So for instance, you guys could pair up the strongest and the weakest pair on the market, and you guys could make some good trades out of it. So for instance, you guys could trade US dollar Japanese yen, it's been very clear. Or also you guys could try to trade the AUD Japanese yen or CAD Japanese yen for short, with the momentum weakening on both Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar for tonight. And other than that, US dollar CHF still remains a very good choice to do short, as well as the possibility that the weakening momentum appearing on the pound sterling, New Zealand could also be a choice. But just to keep it safe, we'll love to choose the strongest and the weakest pair for tonight on the currency strength charts to utilize the momentum and try to make some good trades out of it. So I think that's very much important too. So I think continuing from what we have been watching so far, Japanese yen has been going stronger, US dollar index is still right around the low, even though it has been rebounding, but the overall signs are still showing signs of weaknesses. So definitely yes, we can try to look out for the signs there. And also Australian dollar, Japanese yen, CAD Japanese yen. So without further ado, let's give you guys a little bit of a closer view so that you guys can see it even much clearer on the market. So if you guys are watching, you guys could see that the momentum is still showing signs of weakness are still appearing on the US dollar Japanese yen, and it has been continuing to go down lower and weaker for today, with the US dollar index weakening. It's likely to try to test the lows again at 142 area. So the momentum is very clear, prices weakening. But again, as we started to see that the US dollar index started to rebound near the support area early on the US dollar index chart, we started to see yes, prices is also rebounding at the support. So we gotta be careful, try to see out how this plays. But other than that, we still have a few choices in the market. So AUD Japanese yen is still weakening right now, trading at the support. If prices breaks down the support, we could actually see the possibility that prices could be building up a lot of toppings here. So you can see that it's been very clear the resistance area at the AUD Japanese yen right around $94.84 Japanese yen per Australian dollar, and right now the support at $94. And once prices break down lower, you can see that prices could be aiming towards $93.80. So you guys could definitely use that momentum to try to aim for the target price at the lows of the candlestick of a lot of times actually, guys. So $93.80, $93.90, Japanese yen per Australian dollar, I think that should still be a very good trading opportunity on this market movement on the AUD Japanese yen. And also CAD Japanese yen, guys, don't forget about it. As you guys could see, that the momentum is it's even much clearer on the Canadian dollar Japanese yen, where prices just goes on lower right now, testing the lows of Thursday market. But if prices continues to break down lower, the topping faces right the daily charts, I think it should be pretty clear. Yep, so you guys can actually see that on the market, where on the daily charts prices are still showing signs of a lot of resistance right around the top for the Canadian dollar Japanese yen. And also I believe AUD Japanese yen is also showing the same signs. Prices hasn't been able to go higher than $94.80. So I think on the currency market side, you guys could definitely try to take a look and try to utilize the momentum of the strength appearing on the Japanese yen and try to short against the weakest pair, US dollar, Australian dollar, as well as the Canadian dollar itself for today. Alright, and again, a notable mention, US dollar weaknesses against the US dollar CHF. Prices has actually been building up a triple top right around the daily charts, and we are seeing a good possibility that prices could still continue to go down lower, and the momentum has still been ongoing since today, and likelihood that prices could be touching back towards 0.76 US dollar per Swiss franc is still very much opened and wide. So make sure you guys prepare your trading plan, because if you are switching to the 1 hour chart, you guys can actually see that prices has been rebounding alongside with the US dollar index regaining some of support. But again, the prices has been dropping a lot. We are going to see a little bit of rebound before prices continues to go back lower. So prepare your shorts on the US dollar Japanese yen and the US dollar CHF if the US dollar index keeps on weakening. So make sure you guys pay attention on those, as well as the Australian Japanese yen as the Canadian dollar Japanese yen on those market movement on the currency market for tonight. Okay. And so far, I think the changes hasn't been much. Prices has continued to go weaker for most of the momentum that we have been looking so far, and it seems that it will be continuing. So let us get up to date, and I'll be updating you guys if there's any changes happening right here at this currency strength charts. But so far, strongest and weakest currency pair still remains the same. Not a lot of big momentum changing for now. So we'll try to update you guys if there's any change. Alright, back towards the gold chart. So back again at the gold chart, prices has been going higher. It seems that prices doesn't really allow the chances for prices to slow down first and then prices going back higher. Instead, prices keeps on maintaining its power and the strength and continues to go higher so far. So I think that itself really gives the clear sentiment for gold for tonight, as prices hasn't been able to go down weaker and has been able to hold that support really well at 3350 area so far that we have been watching through the live streaming sessions, guys. Alright, so if you guys are enjoying, don't forget to give us your thumbs up and likes. And if you guys want to get trading ideas like the ones you guys are seeing on the right hand side of the corner, you guys are welcome to click the link on my profile or the video descriptions, and you guys could get all of this for complimentary. So you guys could chat me and ask for these trading ideas for complimentary. Okay, and again, if you guys wanted to get the insights on what really happened last night on around the world, I will be sharing with you guys on the VIP live sessions, as I couldn't talk too much on here, and there is some restrictions as usual. So if you guys are interested to know what really happened on around the world, from the trade deals and also what really spooked the market and helped to push up gold prices, ask the access for the VIP live sessions through the link on the video descriptions or my profile, guys. Okay. Alright, so we have discussed a lot of things for today, from the gold, silver, and also the currency market. And I believe we haven't been touching on one, trading assets. And I think it's been one of the hottest topics since the last 2 weeks. And right now things started to calm down, which is the oil market. And later on I'll discuss it with you guys and see what is actually happening there on the market, guys. Alright. Okay, so it seems that the 3350 support area hasn't been holding well, and prices will be going down lower for now, guys. Okay, so pay attention if you guys haven't been able to take profit and you guys are still waiting to get high profits. I think right now could be a very good time for you guys to secure some or most of your profits, because prices are right now weakening and potentially prices will be testing the support at 3335 area for now, guys. Alright, so pay attention for that and be aware and keep your profits first, guys, because I think that the market movement is right now slowing down. So again, our confirmation is to see how the price reactions will be testing the price at 3350. If prices stays above it, it seems that prices could go well. But if not, prices will be breaking down lower and stays below it. And suddenly after the course of 1 hour on our live streaming sessions, it seems that prices are starting to break down lower after able to hold itself pretty well for the past 30 minutes. But with the weaknesses starting to appear, it seems there is something that could be changing from here, guys. Okay. Okay, seems that prices are weakening right now and has been very much in line with the view. Hope you guys have been able to take your profit as we have already been suggesting you as prices goes down. And even before, if you guys are short-term trader, I've always been recommending to you guys take most of your profits, because it seems that prices will be testing the resistance at 3350 area, and it gives you guys a plenty of time before prices drop. So if you guys short-term trader, take profit. If you guys are long-term trader, I've already suggested you once prices broke down below that prices with this kind of red candlestick happening right now. Okay, so let us switch towards the all market view that we haven't been watching for now, and let us try to see what has actually happened right now in this market. Okay, so it seems that the all market movement has been relatively similar, as we have been seeing that this kind of ranges for the past few days in the market has actually been appearing a lot of times. So one of the very clear things that we have been watching so far, that yes, prices are moving on the ranges between the $65.80 towards the $68.50. But if we zoom in and try to see what has been happening over the past few weeks, past few days I mean, we can actually see it even much clearer that prices hasn't been able to move far away from these ranges at tighter range $65.80 towards the $66.80, and prices has just been ranging in a very tight range. So this $1 range, so support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. So I think every time prices touch the support, it could be a very good buying opportunity, despite the momentum is showing the possibility that prices could be going down. But with this kind of ranging market movement, and it has been happening for quite some time, the possibility for a rebound is really strong on this market. Especially we have already been seeing that every time touching the support for almost since last week, once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and right now the 8th time. So that support on the ranging market movement has been very strong and has been occurring multiple times. So I think the chances for prices to immediately dropping is really out of reach for now. And for prices to drop, it needs a bigger sentiment, which we haven't been able to see so far. And if we are looking through the daily charts, I think the market view is a little bit different, where we have been seeing that on the long chart, on the daily charts here, we are seeing good chances if prices continues to stay on these ranges and couldn't break out higher and couldn't break down lower. It's actually building up a good consolidations for the all market movement to build a bear flag pattern. And if that chart pattern do exist, we could actually see a good possibility that all market in the long run could break below $60, hitting $59 in the future. But it's going to take time before that really happens, and we still have a couple of support resistance area, a couple of support prices that needs to be break. For instance, the $65, $64, and $62 before prices has the open space for prices to go slower, because afterwards it seems that there's not a lot of support area afterwards, and that could really help to push down all prices in the long run. Once the bear flag pattern consolidation is over, prices weakens below $65.80, and we can see that prices could be going down lower towards $59 in the future, guys. And again, it's just going to happen if everything goes according to the consolidations, prices weakening, before we are able to see those kind of market movements as well. Okay, hope that helps you, give you guys a little bit of overview what's happening there. And let us watch through the gold market movement that we have been watching so far, and give you guys a little bit of update what has been happening. So it seems that prices, yes, it has been weakening, not really giving us a lot of signs, but certainly the chances for prices to drop is right now a little bit worrying, and the uptrend momentum has hit its upper side of the uptrend channel. So I think that could be slowing down gold market movement a little bit, and I've already been notifying you guys that you guys could take some of profits right around 3,350 area. And if you guys have been doing so, I hope you guys have secured some of your good profits across the 1 hour sessions around our live streaming sessions. And if you guys haven't followed us yet, and you guys don't want to miss out important details that I've been sharing throughout the live streaming sessions, don't forget to give us your support by giving us a subscribe and follow, so that you guys don't miss out on any important information that I'm sharing with you guys live. And if you guys want wanted to get trading ideas like the ones that you guys are seeing on the right hand side of the corner, you guys are welcome to click the link on the profile or my video descriptions and ask for it, because you guys could get all of this for complimentary. So you guys are welcome to check that out as well. And for information on what's happening around the world, and I will be discussing on the VIP live sessions, the only way that you guys could get the access on those VIP live is through the link on my profile, guys. So don't forget to ask it for access on VIP live sessions as well as trading ideas too. Okay, so since there's nothing much of a movement in the gold, let me check a little bit on what's been happening on the other market trades. Again, prices on silver hasn't been able to break out higher, so again back within the resistance and ranging area for once again. And let me check a little bit on the currency strength charts. Okay, so it seems that the trades on the US dollar, Japanese yen keeps on weakening. Good chances for prices to continue to go down lower, and also I believe it's also happening throughout the AUD Japanese yen as well as the CAD Japanese yen market. So hope you guys have been able to make some good choices on your transactions, on your trades on the currency market, guys, because everything has been pretty much in line on the currency market momentum that has been ongoing, guys. Okay. Okay, so since we have some times left, nothing much is happening on the market other than the currency market momentum that we are watching so far. Let us try to see what has been happening on the equity indices, guys, because I think something should be happening there and something interesting could be happening too. Okay. Okay, just to give you guys a little bit of updates, it seems that prices are just slowing down a little bit before prices continues to go higher for now. So we'll try to keep up to date and see how this goes on. Ultimately, if everything goes well, I think prices has good chances that it could go even higher from here. So yes, it's been some times, and I would say the movement and the momentum hasn't been much. So gotta require a lot of patience to trade on this current market movement, guys. Okay. But if you guys are still patient, you guys could still hold on the trades. Certainly this could still be a very good trade for you guys to enter the trades and continue that momentum. Stop losses right around the lows at 3342. That should still be very fine on the market movement, guys. Okay. Alright, so let us check a little bit on what's been happening on the currency, on the stock indexes, because initially we are seeing that prices has the chances to continue to go higher and higher, and right now we started to see signs prices are slowing down coming up from the market, where we are seeing signs that prices starts to slow down its uptrend movement, and possibility that prices could be slowing down if prices starts to break below 22,600 price action. So if prices breaks below that, that could be a little bit worrying, guys, because once that happens, it seems that prices will continue to go down lower and lower on the market, and that really changed the view for the short term. But if that happens, short term possibility, if prices break down below that, prices could be hitting 22,500. So there's good chances for that to happen. Pay attention for the short-term market movement that you guys could utilize. But long-term wise, I think it's a little bit of a different story. Why I'm saying that? Because if you are switching towards the daily charts, prices has been hitting record prices, and ultimately we need a little bit of a healthy pullback, which is currently happening. And if prices does pull back towards 22,400, it seems that prices has a good chances to continue this bull flag if prices do slows down, giving a healthy pullback on this market movement, and we are likely to see that prices has chances to go as high as 23,700 area after the consolidations is over. So I'll be expecting to see a little bit of a consolidations right around here. And we are likely to try to see our prices touching back 23,800 in the future, guys. Okay, so that's the possibility for that to have a healthy pullback before prices to go higher on the future, guys. And definitely the view on the US 100 is the bullish and the most leading indicator coming out from most of the other indices, because other indices hasn't been able to break out higher other than the US 100 and also the US 500 market. So both US 100 and US 500 has already been breaking higher grounds, but the most leading movement is coming out from the US 100. And certainly again, as prices start to slow down, the healthy expectations is to see a healthy pullback back to 6,136 on this daily chart before prices continues to go higher, and ultimately it could be heading towards the same price movement as we have been seeing, trying to hit 6,400 in the future. So I'd love to see both of these stock indices will be very much bullish, and certainly there will be some corrections happening along the way, but eventually prices could go on higher and higher in the future. Alright, so pay attention for those movement on this equity indices. Alright, so I think other than that, USD is potentially going really well, but it seems that it hasn't been breaking out, and I'll be preferring my trades on those market, US 500 and US 100 for now. Get a little healthy pullback, and then prices could continue to go higher and higher, guys. Alright, and let me go back towards the gold market and give you guys a little bit of a recap what could be possibly happening on most of the other markets, including silver, oil, and also other currency market movement as well. Okay, so far from what we have been able to gather on the market, it seems that prices on 3350 is likely to start around these prices, and it's going to take time before we are actually able to see any continuations from this market, because so far prices have been slowing down around these ranges, and it's going to take some time before we start to see any possible great market movements appearing on this market. So I think we're going to see that prices will test the support at 3350 and try to move once prices gets its momentum, goes higher, or whether prices could slow down and give us a healthy pullback before prices goes higher for tonight, guys. And you guys remember that tonight we'll be having the JOLTS as well as the ISM manufacturing data that could be giving a lot of great sentiments happening on the market. And again, continuing the gold market movement is the silver market movement. Well, again, I'll be waiting to try to see how the prices will be trying to break out $36.60, and if prices does break out of it, it seems that there's good chances that prices could be hitting $37 for tonight. But if that doesn't happen, I'm expecting that prices will be ranging around this market movement, and with this kind of market movement, I think it could be a very dangerous thing, ranging between these ranges of $35.70 towards the $36.60, and breaking out will be a very important thing for us to get a much clearer information on the market. And next, on the oil market itself, prices is right now still ranging, hasn't been able to offer us anything. Possibly prices will be slowing down around these prices near $67, and there could be the chances to put up a short positions, but right now we are not there yet, and couldn't be a good choice to do longs, because in terms of risk and reward isn't much. And I'll be waiting for prices to touch $67, then see how the momentum is going there. If prices weakens around there, that could be a good chance to do the short on those market movement. And certainly if prices goes back lower and break below, good chances that prices will be testing the support, and that could be a good chance to do the short positions on this oil market movement. And again, the currency market, the best choice right now you guys could see is coming out from the US dollar against the Japanese yen, where the US dollar keeps on weakening and the Japanese yen is still strengthening. Meanwhile, also a notable mention coming out from the US dollar CHF, where prices just starts to continue to reverse after having a healthy rebound earlier on, and I think this could be the continuations that we are expecting coming out from the market, where Japanese yen and Swiss franc is continue going stronger, and I believe that CAD Japanese yen could continue to go down lower together alongside with the AUD Japanese yen for tonight. So I think those are the market movements that you guys need to watch carefully, because I see that the market movement here is moving really well. Okay, so hope you guys are enjoying your live streaming sessions here and got some insights in terms of the market analysis movement, that what could happen for tonight, and hope you guys are enjoying your time here. But if you guys wanted to get something much clearer, trading ideas, and also insights about what's happening around the world, you guys are welcome to chat me through the link on my profile. Ask me for my VIP live sessions access, as well as my trading plan premium, and you guys all for complimentary and get it on your hands and make some good trades out of it. Okay, so see you guys there. If not, I'll be seeing you guys here at the same time on this live streaming sessions. Bye.